Hey guys, sorry I've been slacking on the videos lately. I've been relaxing, enjoying the real world with my friends, and I've been working on some not so top secret stuff for the channel. But I'm back with another rant, and oh boy is this one gonna be a doozy, because today we're gonna be talking about Tariq Nasheed, and let me tell you, I've been waiting to tear this guy a new asshole for quite some time now. I've been following him and all the bullshit that he's been doing over the last few weeks, and I feel it's time to give my opinion on it. Now, before we start, fair warning. This guy has a tendency to take down videos that criticize him. And if that happens, please, you have my full permission to mirror the video. And Tariq, and I'm speaking to you directly here, go ahead. Please, I implore it. You can send your false copyright claims, you can send your false DMCAs, it doesn't matter. I'll dispute them and the video will be back up within 30 days, and the only way you can keep it down longer than that is if you actually file a court order and attempt to sue me. And let's be honest, most of these cowards that file these false DMCA claims don't have the balls to take it that far. Oh wait, you can't. Why? Because your channel was terminated for filing false DMCA claims, which is illegal. That's breaking the law. Now, to be fair, he also has a second channel called Tariq Radio that I think is still up at the time I'm recording this. I don't know, it could have been terminated for all I know, but as far as I know of right now, he's still on YouTube. But still, even if you want to, Tariq, you really can't. But hey, you can try. You can try. Now, we'll talk about the false DMCA stuff later in the video. What I want to talk about first, however, is his racist paranoia. Holy shit. I'm not kidding when I say everything is about race to this guy, and I literally mean everything. I managed to screen cap a handful of racist tweets by our good old friend Tariq Nasheed, and this will give you a full indication of just how racist this guy actually is. The irony of someone like Tariq is that he claims that he's an anti-racist strategist, but every single tweet on his Twitter page is him being racist towards white people and anyone that doesn't agree with him. And it's kind of sad to really think about it, this guy that is self-loathing and self-hating, where he'll go after anybody that disagrees with him and that he'll hurl out all of these really disgusting racial epithets. It's ridiculous. And honestly, there is plenty more where that came from. If you go onto his Twitter page, like I said before, you can find dozens of tweets that are exactly like this. This guy can never lighten up or have any sort of fun. No, it's all about race and about how evil white people are, and how they're the cause of everything that's wrong in the world. Now, one of the tweets I just showcased where he basically said that Lacey Green was exposed for dating a white supremacist, and by the way, if you don't already know, Lacey Green and Chris Reagan are dating. That's the white supremacist he's referring to. That's not a secret, that's something that's been known for months. Now, even though I know and you know that it's complete bullshit, let's humor him for a second, let's play devil's advocate, let's look into whether or not his claims are actually true. Alright, so the article he's referring to is a New York Times article, which basically describes how Lacey Green was harassed for dating Chris Reagan. And really, that's all the article is. It's basically pointing out how she was dating Chris Reagan, she announced it on her social media pages, and the fallout that occurred from it. That's basically all the article is. And it is basically a condensed version of a Heat Street article which says the exact same thing. But, you know, it's not exposing anything or anyone. The only thing that's being really exposed are the fact that Chris Reagan and Lacey Green are dating, which I don't see any problem with it. And I feel the fallout behind that and the reaction behind it was completely stupid, but that's another topic for another day. That's literally all these articles are. That's literally all that it is. Nobody's being exposed. Nobody's being shamed for... Well, yeah, Lacey Green was shamed, but you get the point. No one's being exposed for anything, so your whole claim that Lacey Green was being exposed for being a white supremacist or dating a white supremacist is complete bullshit. But then again, considering this is a guy that's known for lying and making shit up to discredit people that he doesn't like, it's not all that surprising. Tariq suffers from what I call overuse syndrome, and it's a term that I coined to describe people that overuse things. And he uses the word white supremacist so much that it's killed any and all meaning the word has at this point. Seriously, I've never heard the word white supremacist used so much. And more often than not, I'd say 99.9% of the time, he uses it to describe people he disagrees with. And Tariq, since you're a fucking idiot, let me simplify this in a way your feeble brain will understand. You can't label somebody a white supremacist merely because they say things you don't agree with, merely because they hurt your little fifis. That is retarded. It's so retarded that words cannot even quantify. It's ridiculous. And not only that, it trivializes racism. It turns it into a joke, and it makes people take it less seriously. It becomes a punchline, very similar to that of triggered or harassment. And it's a shame because people that are actually being racist, people that are actually being white supremacist, they're getting away with the dumb shit that they're doing because people aren't focusing on them. People are focusing on, people that aren't racist or white supremacist, but are labeled as that merely because they have an opinion, a difference in opinion. And that in of itself is dangerous because basically nobody can have a differing opinion anymore. Nobody can say anything that goes against the status quo, or you're going to be labeled because everything is racist, everything's sexist, misogynistic, all the other stupid buzzwords that you're going to use. You get the point, right? And not more than that, this guy, he had a website which he took down, unfortunately, where he posted a database of suspected white supremacists, and Bunty Kin was on there, Philip DeFranco was on there, and Chris Reagan was on there. Yeah, people that aren't white supremacists, but he put them on that site as a way to discredit them, and basically as a way to try and harm their future employment, because, as I said before, employers are watching, people watch this shit, and, people that aren't as knowledgeable about this kind of stuff, that don't have the full context of what's going on, they're gonna see that, or they would have seen it when it was still up, and think, oh, those people are white supremacists, so that must mean they're racist, even though anyone in the loop, basically anyone with a brain knows that that is complete bullshit. And it is, and it is disgraceful, it's disgusting, and it's stupid. It's really stupid. And furthermore, and this is what gets me, and this is something that very many people aren't talking about, is the fact that he'll say, oh, black people are being oppressed, and white people are the cause of everything that's wrong in the world, all white people are evil, but he does not talk about black on black crime. And that is the biggest problem that I have with these black supremacists. They'll talk so much about how black people are supposedly being oppressed, but they fail to acknowledge that black people are killed. They fail to acknowledge that black people, more often than not, are killed by other black people. And that's a fact. That is not an opinion. Black people are killed the most by other black people. But he never talks about black on black crime. He doesn't address how horrible it is or awful. No, he just constantly talks about, oh, black on white crime, oh, all white people are evil, white people need to die. But when black people are going around fucking killing each other, whether it's gang members, men, women, children, people, just black people in general are getting killed. Just go look at the south side of Chicago. That's a hellhole. And, you see people that don't even have anything to do with the gang warfare. They're caught in the crossfire. They're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then they're dead. But he doesn't mention it. Don't you find that a little odd? Like, if he was truly against crime, if he was truly against senseless murder, he would address it. But there is a reason why he doesn't address it, because it would completely go against the narrative he's trying to push down everybody's throats, that all white people are evil. And I believe that you should practice what you preach. Look, the deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner were absolutely awful, and they should have never happened. But to use that as an excuse to say, oh, all white people are evil, or God forbid, anytime a white police officer kills a black person, accidental or otherwise, oh, look, see, all white people are evil, all white people are scum and they need to die, everyone that disagrees with me is a white supremacist, everyone that supports a white person is a white supremacist. But, oh, when black people are killing each other, who cares? Who gives a fuck about them? It's not a narrative that I can push. It's not something that I can exploit for my own gain. It's not something that I can exploit for attention, so it's not worthy of me talking about. Fuck you, dude. Just go fuck yourself. You come on here and have the fucking audacity to talk about how black people are oppressed, even though we have the same opportunities as everybody else. People of color and minorities have it good. You know, we have more opportunities to succeed now than ever before. But yet you want to claim that we're still being oppressed. And furthermore, you want to raise a big stink and call white police officers race soldiers and try to insinuate that these killings are racially motivated. But yet you won't even have the gall to talk about black on black crime when people are slaughtering each other on the streets. You're not going to talk about that. You can't claim that you're an anti-racist strategist. You can't claim that you're stopping violence and crime when you won't even acknowledge black on black crime, which is horrible and it's awful. It's that is bias, that is hypocrisy, and that is racism, and that is narrative pushing. And that's all that you are capable of doing. That's all you're good at doing. And I'll give you credit for that. You know how to bring attention to yourself. You know how to get people to talk about you. But it's just, I'm having real trouble reining in my anger because this guy is a piece of shit. He is a piece of garbage. Human garbage. In fact, he's worse than shit. I shouldn't even be comparing him to shit. That would be an insult to shit. And I shouldn't even be comparing him to garbage because that would be an insult to garbage. This guy is subhuman. Yeah, I said it. He's subhuman. This guy is a fucking disgrace. And the fact that he peddles the shit that he does is disgusting and despicable. But we're not done yet. We're gonna move on to the main event. This is the whole thing that this video was leading up to. His false DMCA claims against Buntykin. Now, for those of you who don't know, allow me to quickly explain. Buntykin made 6 videos, a baker's dozen, or half a baker's dozen, of videos on Tariq Nasheed, basically calling him out on his bullshit and the things that he was doing. Tariq didn't like this, so he decided to file false DMCA claims on all 6 of those videos. And the kicker is, 5 of those 6 videos did not feature any footage at all. It was just Buntykin talking. Now, those are false, first of all, and as you should all know, false DMCA claims have been a pretty big issue on YouTube for a while now. And here's the thing, they're illegal. When you do that and you're caught, that is breaking the law, and that is grounds for automatic termination. And that's exactly what happened. Tariq got his first YouTube channel completely terminated because he was filing false DMCA claims, which is illegal. And he went on Twitter to whine about how, oh, all those white supremacists, they're the reason why my channel got terminated. No, you fucking idiot. You got your channel terminated because you filed false DMCA claims, which is breaking the law. It's illegal. How do you not get it? I really like to know what is in your brain that makes you this fucking stupid. How do you not know that filing false DMCA claims and being caught for doing it is grounds for automatic termination? Because it is. Because what you were doing was silencing somebody who said things that you didn't like because it hurt your little fifis. That's why you were doing it. Jesus Christ, it is just mind-boggling. And I've talked about a lot of stupid people in my time producing this show. But he is up there. He is fucking up there. He is one of the biggest pussies on the internet. He is a bigger pussy than Steve Shives, Zinnia Jones, and don't you worry, we're gonna talk about her really soon. Anita Sarkeesian combined. I am dead serious. It's just like you can't do that. You can't abuse the DMCA system to your benefit. But Tariq did that, and he had to pay the price for it. Because there are consequences for doing dumb shit. You very well knew the consequences. You knew what would happen for filing those false DMCA claims. But you didn't care. You didn't give a shit. You so desperately wanted to silence Buntykin merely because he disagreed with you that you were willing to do it. And you got caught, and you got terminated. That's karma. That's YouTube doing its due justice for once, actually doing its job, and terminating you. So, in my opinion, you got what you deserved. And I do not feel sorry. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if your second channel gets terminated really soon. Because, as you all know, once your YouTube account gets terminated, you are not allowed to create another one. But his second channel, Tariq Radio, is still up and running as we speak. Although, I don't think it's going to be when YouTube eventually realizes that he's on there and terminates him. And to be honest, I normally don't say this very often, but I'm just going to say it here. I honestly hope that his second channel also gets terminated, because I have no respect, I have no sympathy for people that file false DMCA claims. I utterly contempt them. And in fact, as a matter of fact, he actually also false flagged Jeff Holiday for merely talking about the situation. So it just goes to show you that he is willing to abuse the system to silence people he doesn't like. That is how malicious this guy is. So it's not even the first time that he did it. So is it any surprise that he got taken down? And the reason I'm so strong about this is because I have been affected by false DMCA claims before. I was falsely flagged once, back in 2012 I think, because I made a video calling out LifeNet10 and Megan Lee Hart for paying nearly $1,000 to bought 3 YouTube channels, and those were Dire Boris, The Oxcast, and Happy Cappy. And I linked to a Daily Dot news article which showcased actual physical evidence of them doing it. And within minutes of the video being up, it was falsely flagged for bullying and harassment. I tried to appeal to YouTube, it was rejected. And the second time this happened was a recent thing, where my Guide to Surviving the Internet episode on Rotten Tomatoes was falsely flagged. And by the way, whoever falsely flagged it can eat a bag of dicks, for as far as I know of. But basically, I had to appeal to YouTube and say, hey, this video does not violate the community guidelines. It's basically a video about the history of Rotten Tomatoes. And YouTube realized their mistake, and within minutes, the video was reinstated. And as I mentioned before, my friend Eric, aka Kinraiku, he had 2 of his videos taken down by false copyright claims. Once by the Irate Gamer for a commentary he made on one of his reviews, and the second was for a Kirby parody, but it wasn't by Nintendo, it was by the company that was producing a Kirby television show in Japan, and that's one of the many reasons why he doesn't really make videos that much anymore. And I can highlight so many other examples, but I'm just going to leave it there. People that file false flags and file false DMCA claims are scum, in my opinion, because they fuck over so many hard-working content creators who make great content and who make videos to express an opinion because they want to express an opinion. And I firmly believe everybody has the right to express an opinion, no matter how unpopular or controversial it may be, and I don't think they should be silenced. But obviously, Tariq doesn't get this, because he is so willing to just silence anybody who doesn't toe the line, that doesn't aspire to his anti-white sentiments, his anti-people sentiments, and it's ridiculous. And, you know, he got what he deserved. I don't feel sorry for him. And yes, I sincerely hope your second channel gets taken down, and I hope the black community fucking shuns you. And it's the same way I feel about Gazi Kodzo, because you give black people a bad name. You make all of us look bad. Not only because you trivialize racism, not only because you trivialize white supremacy, but because there are some people that think black people are nothing more than loudmouths and think that we're nothing more than troublemakers, and you're not helping that reputation. People see this, you know, the white supremacists, the people who, you know, you despise with a passion, they see that and say, oh, all black people are like that, every black person are like that, look at those stupid niggers, right? They're all like that, they're subhuman, they don't deserve to live because they're a bunch of stupid niggers. That's basically what you're doing when you do the dumb shit that you're doing. You're only giving more ammo to those chuckle fucks. Like, just shut up, Tariq. Just shut the fuck up. Go back into whatever hole you crawled out of and shut the fuck up, please. Because you are nothing more than a shit stain on the underwear of YouTube. And you are nothing more than a nuisance. And honestly, I sincerely hope that you just go away. I really do. I really, really do. Because you are a cunt. And you can send your false copyright claims, you can send your false DMCA claims, I don't fucking care. It doesn't change the fact that you're a cunt. It doesn't change the fact that you're a racist asshole. And it doesn't change the fact that you're a douchebag. That is what you are. Deal with it. Whew. It feels so good to finally get all of that off my chest. I could go on for hours about how much of a cunt Tariq is and how much of an asshole that he is, but I think I've made my point pretty clear, so I'm just going to end it here. This is ThatKidDouglas, aka the Unhero, signing out. Deuces, stay frosty, and keep it weird. Cueing outro sequence now.